Do you know if you're currently in the rat race? And if you are in the rat race, why are you in the rat race and how are you going to get out of it? I've been doing this for a while. I've worked at DOE sites. I've been in the military. I've worked at commercial nuclear power plants. And I can tell you right now, if you're in the rat race based on these four items. First item that we're going to talk about is working harder. A lot of people, I believe, work harder. I do. I believe sometimes they work too hard. And I think over the years, they forget where they came from in a way, as in you need to take a break and take a breather. I mean, what I found out for me, how I found this out was I would do, let's say, the 20-80% rule. So 20% of your actions take care of 80% of your stuff. But then even after that, I would start working on the 80% stuff and I would never stop. It's like I would just continuously work all day. I would revise the PowerPoint. I would make up a new lesson plan. I would make more exam questions. And, honestly, the boss never sees it. My colleagues really don't probably care. I don't think they do. But I'm just busy all day. I mean, you literally have to take a break sometimes to just step away, go outside, walk around, take a break. I mean, you got people that go and take, cigarette breaks, let's say 2 hours a day out of a 10-hour day. I mean, you can at least take some breaks. And I'm not picking on people that smoke. I don't give a damn. But take a break. Working hard is what we've been conditioned to do, let's say. But you can work so hard that you just never it basically will increase your stress levels and it will keep you away from being happy. It sucks, if you think about it. Now, I will tell you this, if you're going to work hard on something, work hard on yourself. All right. Invest in yourself. Work harder on yourself than you do on the job. That's something to live by. That's a good part of your philosophy that you can take from this. The second thing that's keeping you in the rat race is you have to make more money. And I do understand that if you have money, I'm not going to say you have less problems, but it's easier to get things done. Because if you do have money, you can pay your bills or you can pay them all off and you have no debt. But when your whole life revolves around more money, you start to slack in these other areas. Maybe you don't go to church every week, or maybe you spend less time at the gym. Maybe you spend less time with your family. And next thing you know, you're just consistently, and it goes back to working harder too, if you think about it. So you want more money. Why do you want the money? I mean, yeah, it's nice to have nice things. I mean, me personally, I don't have to have a brand new car every other year. I've been there and done that. I will say that. But nowadays, I have a 2011 Subaru. And when somebody asks me, what do you like most about your car? I tell them it's paid for. As you can see, I'm pretty much a minimalist. I guess I am. I don't have a lot of things. You're about 95% ahead of everybody on the planet if you have food, shelter, and clothing. Earning more money is part of the rat race. And the thing is, we've been conditioned, just like working harder, and you get into this mode and you just don't stop. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be successful and making a lot of money. There's nothing wrong with that at all. As a matter of fact, if you're going back to the first one, we talked about working harder. If you're working harder at work because you're trying to pay off your debt, okay, that's like a little bit different. I'm referring to people that just nonstop work harder. And on this one, it's talking about making more money. It will never, like, if you buy a 3-bedroom house and you move from a 2-bedroom to a 3-bedroom, you'll fill that space up, that extra room. I'm telling you. If you went from a 1-car garage to a 2-car garage, you'll definitely have a second car eventually. People have a tendency to fill up their voids. And it's kind of like being the opposite of a minimalist. They just keep putting stuff and buying stuff. The funny thing is that once you make more money, you want more. Believe it or not, there's millionaires that are in prison for tax evasion. So, basically people change their jobs in hoping of getting more money. They receive pay raises. The thing is that even though they're getting more money, they just keep spending it. Instead of investing the surplus and living below your means, they do the opposite. Most people will do that, but that's all part of being in the rat race, trying to make more money. The third thing that keeps you in the rat race is buying more stuff, buying more things. I had a colleague of mine come by my desk one time, and he wanted to show me how much he had spent so far at Amazon for the year, and it was June. It was only like 6 months into the year. And he had already spent, I think it was over $23,000. And I thought, that's a lot. Now, he made good money, so it wasn't a big deal for him. But it's like, what can you possibly be getting, for $23,000? I mean, I know people that buy something on Amazon probably every other day. Maybe not every day, but like every third or fourth day, they'll buy 4 or 5 items. So if you average it out, it's probably once a day. So buying more things it's basically, I would say 99% of Americans, they do have their needs met, but they get into this, instant gratification. You want it now, and then you get it, you're happy a little bit, endorphins, whatever, and then next thing you know, a week later, you're feeling the same again. So buying more stuff isn't what it will do is keep you in the rat race. If there's one thing that will keep you in the rat race faster and more than anything, it's going to be buying more stuff. Basically, to fix the problem, just stop buying stuff. Try it for about a week. Don't buy anything on Amazon or whatever, and then do it another week. Now, if you really want something, even if you don't need it, like I might get some more running shoes or something, maybe a shirt to work out in, something that I love to do, I'm going to do that. I'm not saying you have to, stay in your cocoon and never spend money or buy anything, but watch what you do with your money. What you do with your money is more important than how much you make. Believe it or not, most people that become millionaires, a lot of them never made a six-figure income, believe it or not. Not people that inherited the money. I'm talking about people that are self-made millionaires in America. You can look this stuff up. Most of them never even made a six-figure income, and they retire millionaire. They might only have $1 or $2 million in their savings account when they retire, but that's technically a millionaire. The last thing that's going to keep you being in the rat race is going to be this keep on going thing. And basically, keep on going, keep on buying more stuff, keep on making more money, keep on working harder. The things that we just talked about, all that stuff culminates into keep going. And it's just a cycle. And they all feed on each other. And they all will keep you in this rat race, and you will never, ever get out of it. What is this all leading to anyway? Like if you can think about it, it's probably the big question it will lead to is what is your purpose in life? So if you can sit down and think about this and do some real critical thinking, like what am I doing? Where am I going? What do I want? All this stuff. You'll start to minimize all this other stuff we just talked about. Rat race is basically all three of the items I talked about before into one unit. So making more money, working harder, and buying more stuff. All of that keeps you in this rat race and will keep you inside of this bubble, if you will. And you got to get out of this bubble. 95 or plus % of people live in the bubble. So get out of there, and I guarantee your happiness will increase. You'll have more flexibility. You'll have less stress. You'll feel better. I mean, your life will be much better because you will be out of the rat race. It's easy to fall into this conditioning because we've seen this all our life. We've seen it on television, our friends, work associates, social media, and all of this stuff just conditions you into this. You got to get the next shiny thing. You got the next nice car. This one has, seats that are cooled. This one has seats that are heated. This house has a bigger backyard, or it just has a pool. I mean, we're all being conditioned, and it's just through marketing, and everything is marketing and trying to influence you to do something. So you got to do some critical thinking and self-awareness, if you will, situational awareness, to see what's really going on so you can get out of this rat race, if you will. Living in the rat race is very stressful. We all know this, but if you want less stress, then you need to stop posting certain things on social media, in which I explain in this video here.